And welcome back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. And we strive every week to bring you the very best information about healthcare, natural healthcare, and some of the new and greatest things that are, happening. And we always want to bring you the very best informed experts who can help us understand better some of the complex issues that are going on and some of the new supplements that gets a little bit confusing. And today our guest is Stuart Tomc. He is the Vice President of Human Nutrition and National Educator for PLUS CBD Oil by CV Sciences. Stuart's passion for CBD oil industry and his knowledge of research behind this new and dynamic natural health product is unparalleled in the industry. I mean, Stuart is the rock star of CBD oil, and Peter can attest to that because he saw him at the Baltimore convention, and he said he couldn't even barely.
You can't get near the guy.
He said, "Oh my God, the crowd's around him." So now we have him all to ourselves. Hi, Stuart.
Hey, Doc. It's so good to hear your voice, and Peter, it was great to hug you just for a split second, and thank you. You've been both a huge part of this enormous evolution, and it's great to hear your voices today.
You were a very popular guy down there in Baltimore, my friend. So everybody is excited is too light of a term. I mean, the CBD has exploded on the natural health scene more than anything I can remember.
Oh God, hearing that from you, I'm jaundiced or biased. I'm pregnant. They say I'm all in. But to see it happen, and to know, and I know we'd had some things prepared for the interview, but it's always so just free flowing, exciting to hear your voices. The fact that this ingredient is showing up at a time and our understanding of its potential with anxiety and stress, while we've seen in the last few years this wave of sort of existential angst, and that now we might have something that helps people in mass, that's affordable, that's scalable, I think that that's part of why there's so much energy around it. It's more than just a trend. It's here to help us.
And a lot of people, though, are getting confused. There's a lot of mixed information out there. But you are the guy that has his finger on the pulse of research and understanding about CBD, how it benefits us. Can you, I know you talked to like maybe 29,000 people or whatever in Baltimore, but can you help our audience to understand a little bit better what makes the PLUS CBD oil and some of the research that has gone on?
Well, thank you, because that's where we're at, Doc. Now we're at where people walk into the booth and say, there are 50 CBD companies here, why are you different?
Yeah.
So that shows you in the period of time how quickly this thing has evolved. So we're already at, okay, great, I get it, I think I might want it, why are you different? And so that's what I had prepared today. I think it comes down to 5 very simple, basic things, and if we listen and write these down, we can ask every company, do our own due diligence, and find the products we want. It comes down to seed, extraction, safety, efficacy, and service. So I just wanted to break those 5 things down. People, I think, are confused about what we mean by hemp. The seeds that we're growing are certified. This is what I was talking about at Expo East. I was showing the audience the list of EU-certified food fiber hemp plants that are sun-kissed, grow outdoors like 10, 15 feet tall. The same plants you and I and everyone have been talking about for hemp seeds and hemp seed oil. Doc and Peter, most of the people don't understand. We're simply extracting the top part of an outdoor-grown hemp food fiber hemp plant. Most people still think that hemp plant that we're using is somehow different than the hemp plant they've always been eating. So the seed has to be certified, not just a low THC seed. In our opinion, U.S. Department of Agriculture will very soon speak, and it's our opinion that they will want certified seeds so that farmers and cops can know that you're growing food fiber hemp and not low THC marijuana. Does that make sense?
Yes. So that's
We're making progress.
One step at a time, baby.
Well, sometimes we're a little slow.
It sounds better now, doesn't it?
So we
Sounds
got
clear. All I'm saying is there's two different sources of biomass. You've got low THC cannabis that meets the Farm Bill definition, and then you have agricultural food fiber hemp like they've grown in Canada and in the Netherlands for 25 years that they use to make Manitoba Harvest and Nutiva, the hemp food products we've already been eating and are familiar with, and that FDA, that's important, that FDA is already comfortable and familiar with. We're simply using those seeds. The second part would be extraction. Now, Doc, I'm sure you've heard this too, and Peter, you've probably heard this too. In the cannabis world, they might use solvents that we would frown on, but wait a minute, that doesn't mean that they're not accepted in the cannabis world, so what world are we talking about, right?
Yep.
Every time I turn around, someone's criticizing this technique, that technique. Everyone has a different technique. What technique do you use and what do you yield? We use a CO2 supercritical fluid extraction for large scalability. We pelletize the hemp, we throw it into the hopper, and we get extract that comes out, pure hemp extract with 500 cofactors, because we're using the seed, the stem, and the stalk. So our extraction technique is patented. Did you know we held a patent on our extraction technique?
No, we did not.
Yeah, no.
Okay, because again, I haven't been selling. It was always educating, right? So we have a patent on turning our green into gold, the gold formula. And I listened to your commercial, by the way. By the way, I love the idea that people can call. They can call and talk to you, Doc, and get information, more detailed information about what product might be better for them.
Absolutely.
Okay, I did not know that. That's cool. So call Holistic Healthline. Call Holistic Healthline, because we can't communicate enough what the stuff does in radio shows. So let's get moving. Gold. That gold oil, we've patented that technique. So you look at our gold finish soft gel, what's in that soft gel, no one else has that exact process. No one has the same seed. No one has the same matrix. Then there's safety. We proved that it was generally recognized as safe and introduced it to the U.S. food supply. Peter, when you saw me slammed at the booth, the FDA comes into my booth every year. I'm at Expo East. You know that, right?
I heard that, yes.
They walk right in, and I was ready this time, Doc. Oh, I was so on, Jane. I showed them our toxicology work that was published in the Journal of Toxicology. I handed it to them, and the one toxicologist, it's a heavy paper, it's 27 pages. She looks at me and does the thing like, oh, it's weighty, right? Right, Doc? She's like, oh, yeah, look at that, look at that. And I'm dancing around. I'm doing like a little Irish jig with my little suit on with the FDA. Oh, baby, yeah. Now, most people aren't dancing in front of the FDA at Expo East, are they?
No, they're
Yes,
usually hiding
no.
under the table.
Now, they were so happy to see what we did because we proved it was safe. And then she was fast. The other toxicologist said, what's your maximum dose? I said, you mean recommended amount? She said, correction, yes. I said, the recommended amount is 15 milligrams, based on the science, and then the efficacy, which is the most important thing. Remember we had all those little case studies and some open-label pilot trials and preclinical things published on our product?
Yep.
Okay, now we have a randomized control trial. Have I already told you this?
No.
Okay, it is only a poster, okay? That's probably why I didn't tell you yet. It's getting peer-reviewed, but we showed it at the International Society of Sports Medicine a couple of months ago because it was the first conference. So check it out. We gave one gold soft gel to 65 human beings. It's a randomized placebo-controlled study, gold standard study, one gold soft gel or one placebo. The placebo's cool because it looks just like the little gold soft gel. It looks like a vitamin E pearl. Can you visualize that?
Yep.
65 people. They took one gold soft gel a day for 6 weeks. Their appetite went way down. It was the opposite of THC. So it blunted their appetite, increased their satiety. They ate less. Their sleep quality and quantity went way up because their anxiety went down. Their pleasure of life went up. One gold soft gel in healthy human subjects. So that's what the FDA cares about. So that's the service that I talk about that we owe your listeners and we owe the world. If you're going to bring hemp products to market, they better have the right seed, the right extraction, the right safety, the right efficacy, and the service to humanity is you better do it right because there's some junk products out there now, and the class action lawsuits and people getting sick, that's going to be the end of this enthusiastic phase, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, there was I can attest to in Baltimore, They had there was a whole hall, a whole big hall full of just CBD companies. Like, I couldn't even tell you how many there were. I mean, it was amazing.
And I can tell you, when we went up to Maine this year on vacation, just about every gas station we stopped at, they were selling hemp CBD. And people are, but it's getting everybody confused. Not everybody is as reputable and honest and does the research as the PLUS CBD. We think it's an amazing product. We got to take a quick break, Stuart. Everybody stay tuned because Stuart has so much more information that he wants to impart to us. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. Back in a moment. And welcome back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. And once again, our guest is Stuart Tomc, Vice President of Human Nutrition and National Educator for PLUS CBD Oil by CV Sciences. And he is our go-to expert. He knows it all. And Stuart, you talked about people using the PLUS CBD oil and finding benefits for sleep and anxiety, kind of stress kind of stuff. What about pain?
Yes, pain seems to be the top. When you ask the surveys, we spent a lot of money, polled 1,500 people, some PLUS CBD oil customers, some just dietary supplement, non-dietary supplement users. The top thing that keeps coming across is pain, even pain before anxiety. And so, I'm always a little cautious to mention it because the papers we have that are published are about anxiety. However, the anecdotal reports, listen to this, CBD modulates your opioid signaling system. It directly modulates the opioid signaling system. It's a positive modulator, so it enhances the endogenous binding of your body's painkillers. So if you're taking opioids or even nonsteroidal anti-inflammatories, it will help to enhance that. We've also learned that something like Tylenol works because when it's metabolized by the liver, that compound has direct effect on the endocannabinoid system. So some of the anti-nociceptive effects of NSAIDs in general were always connected to the endocannabinoid system, and we didn't know that until recently. Finally, the PLUS CBD oil, especially the gold formula, because of its concentration, what we're seeing is the sort of influence on the pain matrix of memory in the brain. And there's something that's connected to the anxiety and fight or flight that if you can help to break that sort of fear memory, that people aren't nearly as anxious and they're not as aware. Dr. Maroon says, and Dr. Michael Lewis, people sort of forget that they're not quite as in as much pain, and not as in an anesthesia way, but they're just not quite as connected to the anxiety of it, and that reduces the need to constantly medicate. So I would think that pain for the future, that might be the lowest hanging fruit for everyone because we're all struggling.
And we've found, I think Peter has noticed as well, we've had more people coming into our center who were saying their doctor told them to come in and get the PLUS CBD oil for pain issues.
I'm just laughing because I know you know this. I spend most of my time at professional conferences. I know I'm always in the natural product shows. I live on the road. But I spend the majority of my time at doctors' conferences. And the reason is for that reason. When we can stand there and talk to physicians, and they can look at this data and say, wait a minute, the risk profile here looks great. If it doesn't work, there's always time to get them on dangerous drugs. The younger doctors are finally the vanguards for access. Every 38 to 40-some-odd-year-old doc that I'm talking to, and even the younger ones, they're so open-minded, and they want natural alternatives before dangerous drugs. So I think everything we've been working on for years has truly imprinted the next generation of healthcare providers. They're now more like you, Dr. Jane.
We're in it is still the Wild West in the world of CBD with all these companies, and we're not exactly sure where the rules are going to land. Where do you personally, what's the next step? What do you see coming down the road?
Well, this is the end of, in my opinion, of the phase change. You know, the go-go, rock and roll, Wild West thing is over, and now it's time for the trusted adult authorities. And you watch the giant companies that are going to come into the space because the compound is unbelievable. The endocannabinoid system is the next big target. So look for the empire striking back. Look for no, seriously. Do you like that, Doc?
Yeah, that's great.
Look for serious empire striking back regulation coming in. You know, I don't even want to get into the vape conversation because that gets so convoluted from, you know, that shows you the morass of how weird it can get, teasing out fact from fiction. To stay on topic, U.S. Department of Agriculture rules on seeds first. FDA sets parameters. They want to know, do you know what you're selling? We call that identification. We have that. Number 2, is it safe? That's the toxicology work that we did. Check. Number 3, is it efficacious? Now, that's FTC. FDA is Department of Justice. You can't harm people. FTC is you can't deceive people. So that's what's happening right now. We have evidence that our product works. Not all of these products are the same, and I'm not saying that they don't work, but you can't say they work if you don't have the evidence. So I see the empire striking back, and that will help consumers. The best companies will survive. Competition will drive better value. More people will benefit from CBD oil. It will be good for humanity.
Yes. I think you hit all the mark because it is a big concern of people. Is first of all, one of the first questions they ask is, does it work?
Yeah.
And then, is it safe? They all ask that question.
And here we are now. We're back to that. Thank goodness. Now, here's the thing. I got slapped down on it was Ronald Hoffman's podcast, Intelligent Medicine. We're friends. And he said to me, well, Stuart, what do you think about all these bad products that are out there? I'm like, I don't know. You could grow your own if you want. And he said, you've been living in California too long, man. What happened to you? I just want people to hear that we're dealing with that as an option too, okay? Yeah. So instead of this, you know, who gets to control this molecule, everyone's going to have to share, and pharma's going to get their part, and dispensaries will get their part, and PLUS CBD Oil will get its part. And if you're listening to this and you say, hey, I grow my stuff at home and it works just as fine, but you're all silly because you should be doing exactly what I'm doing, well, then you can turn off this radio show and go back to tending your plants.
Well, it's like chickens, you know? You can...
There's room here for everybody, but I am concerned, really, of the class action lawsuits of junk products. I mean, there's synthetic CBD on the street.
Yes.
I don't want to be alarmist. You know me. But that's the thing that will bring this thing down. So please use only the reputable companies because we're onto something here.
Right.
We're seeing people say 10, 15 milligrams a day, $2, $1.50 a day. They're eating less, sleeping better, and feeling better for $2 a day. So that's why that gold soft gel will be the future with our research. All clinical trials will be done on that gold soft gel because it's easy to communicate. Eat less, sleep better, feel better for $2 a day. $1.50 if you buy the 60-count bottle.
And I think, again, you touched upon how many people are unscrupulous that are, you know, either not putting in what they say they're putting in to their product or potentially putting in stuff that's not good.
Yeah, well, there's people that don't care. They're just trying to make money while this thing is so hot.
And that's why we love, you know, the PLUS CBD because of the research, because you guys stand behind what it is that you're producing. You get the information, and we want to thank you so much, Stuart, for, you know, joining us and sharing this. And again, people looking for the PLUS CBD oil, you know, just go to your fine health food stores. You can find it also if you go to pluscbdoil.com. There's lots of information there. Check it out. And Stuart, you are awesome.
It's so great to hear your voice, Doc. And Peter, so nice to see you for a moment. And please remember, seed extraction, safety, efficacy, service. You can trust us at PLUS CBD Oil, your trusted hemp authority.
Thank you so much, Stuart. You have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care, my friend.
He's awesome. I love him. Oh, my gosh. And it's true, though. People are... That is the first question. You know, the first two questions people come in and say, well, three. First, do you have CBD oil? We have this giant sign that says PLUS CBD oil. But the second question is, you know, does it work? Is it safe? And that is important in today of the wild west of CBD.
Yeah.
We took a year to decide which CBD oil company we were going to go with.
Yep.
Looking into the research, looking into how they manufacture. Are they giving you the information? Is it standing up to what they're saying? And the fact that, again, that the FDA is involved and they are passing the FDA test.
Yeah. When I
shows
tell you,
it's a quality company.
when I tell you, I went to this convention and there was literally an entire exhibit hall, totally 100% dedicated to just CBD companies and CBD products. Probably 100 companies in that one hall. And those are companies that are actually investing in going to a convention. That's not to mention all the unscrupulous companies out there that aren't. So you really, again, it's the same old message from us. Don't buy health products in the gas station or in the department store or,
You want reputable companies that are selling product that work and are safe. And what I love about PLUS CBD oil is they also give you how many milligrams you're getting per dose.
Yes.
A lot of the companies are not doing that. They're just putting 500 or 1,000 milligrams, and people thinking they're getting that per dose, and they're not. That's per bottle.
Right.
So again, PLUS CBD puts it all right there. No hiding any information. So.
And how much actual CBD in a product versus you can pick up products that say hemp oil. It doesn't tell you how much CBD is actually in that product.
It may not really have any. So again, be cautious.